back to the audience and respect you.
You all right?
That's the shit about man. That's the end of this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And Kayfabe Queen Baby.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue.
The podcast, the live cast, the
Yeah.
YouTube show.
You weren't expecting that one. Neither was I. Both was surprised at the same time.
So let's just tell them where we at.
Let's talk.
Get straight to it.
Since Rock Stadium left him, well, he found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Jabroni Drive.
And let's go straight into it. Let's just straight into it.
This is good news. I got some bar news.
So, starting off today's
With good
episode. Yeah, some good news. Not, it really has been like negative news like back to back, right?
Starting
Last
off.
couple of weeks. But tomorrow's Raw is gonna be hosted by the co-host of Saturday Night Live, Colin Jost and Michael Shea. They do like the news segment on Saturday Night Live. So then I just hope that this doesn't become a recurring thing.
We don't need
And I don't want the
co-host
secret
tomorrow.
GM under the ring. I hope that's not what this is
Computer.
leading to. Yeah. Bruce Pritchard is back in creative, so I hope that's not, one of his things. Hopefully.
Pritchard it up real quick.
So Jim Cornette has officially signed on to MLW for the broadcast team. So
Okay.
he's going to be announcing with them.
I wonder if he's going to have his hand in that creative. MLW is good stuff.
Ronda Rousey has her own YouTube show.
Yeah.
She chronicles her life on the road and home and stuff like that.
I think most WWE superstars do that now. Have their own.
Yeah, we do good stuff.
But she has a farm and stuff like that. So
So what's
really interesting.
Would
But,
it make a difference because you have a farm?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, most people you see there either dating, shopping, or clubbing.
Okay,
That's a different aspect,
Yeah,
That's
true.
partially the reason why I actually like not Total Divas, Total Bellas. Daniel Bryan's side, you really see his lifestyle. He really is a lumberjack. So those aspects I like. But I mentioned that because on her YouTube show this week, she actually mentioned that she does reserve the right to leave WWE whenever she wants, because we'll get to this past Raw, but
Yeah.
she made some comments on Raw that she doubled down on, and pretty much said that Vince gives people enough to keep them coming back, but she doesn't need to come back. She's already good.
Yeah, she's not doing
Yeah,
it.
she's doing it because she loves it. She loves it, not because she needs it.
Yeah.
So she does reserve the right that at any point she's not happy with them, that she could leave. So you gotta respect that she did, change the game in UFC, and that's just another punch right in the.
She also changed WWE as well.
Definitely. That's exactly what I'm about to say, yeah.
Yeah, she definitely did throw more eyes to it. But
She's
So
the reason why
legitimacy,
they're going to headline WrestleMania.
yeah.
She definitely improved on her wrestling though. Let's see that she has more confidence going on the top ropes, flipping and everything like that.
Definitely. She surprised me that she even got on the top ropes to get. To be honest, her fighting style, you don't need to get on the ropes, but she does it. So
Yeah.
I respect the period.
But
Um,
from seeing how far she has come from watching her first match, her first debut match, and then now it's and then her mic skills are getting a little bit better.
That's my thing. But I don't think most people criticize so much her in-ring ability. Is more so
To Mike's skills.
her mic skills, because she fumbles a lot.
They fumble a lot, fumble a little bit too much.
I'll just be straight into that kind of topic as far as news goes. Ronda's been getting affected by all this promo walking back and forth between people.
Her Twitter game.
She doesn't know how
Showing up
to.
tweet, man.
She doesn't know how to remain the character Ronda Rousey. It's
Yeah.
hard, you know, and separate that from the person
Breaking
Ronda
kayfabe
Rousey.
too much.
So it's been like, I don't know if you know, but as soon as you log into Twitter, like your phone explodes, like fire erupts. You hear police sirens and you hear a whole bunch of shit.
Like we're here
Like
now.
right now. For sure. So
For
Becky, you know Becky's on her
a lot,
Twitter.
folks.
You know
A lot,
Becky's
folks.
on her Twitter game heavy.
Yeah.
And
Becky's
she's
Twitter
been
game is
doing
too strong.
crazy shots at Ronda.
Huge.
Ronnie.
Ronnie,
Ronnie been letting Becky get in the head. That's why she got off. That's why she off with Dean. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let Becky just be Becky. You can't try to go. You can't go. Becky's undefeated in Twitter game right now. So you gotta let Becky. You gotta jab from a distance like Charlotte do. You know, Charlotte throw a little jab and back away. Maybe trying to go full on. You can't.
I don't think she's having a hard time separating
That's
the
what it
real
seems
life
like.
and the promo work. And
That's exactly what it seems like.
so Becky pretty much mentioned to her, like, you know, you two girls are so focused on me. Let me remind you who's your actual opponent.
She posted the picture of like her blowing the kiss and was like, you know,
Yeah.
hi, you know, like Becky. She said, Charlotte, let me introduce you to Ronnie. Ronnie, let me introduce you to Charlotte. Because you guys are talking about me, but you guys are facing each other at wrestling. That's what I'm saying. She's the queen of trolling. She is like, you can't. Her Twitter game is too strong. You just gotta.
But it's very entertaining.
But
Very
no, it
back,
has
back
been.
and forth.
It's very entertaining.
So I
She's
think-
supposed to do.
Ronda responded in
She dropped the F word.
stop
Dropped the F word. Yeah,
stop
she said
focusing
F
on
word.
it. I think she said something like your fake armbar,
Ooh, she dropped the F word.
which
Ooh,
looks
you
like
the
you're
F word
just
over here.
looks like you're just holding the dick that you want, calling yourself.
Yeah.
You wish you had, calling yourself the man. So
So Becky.
Becky fires back and puts her husband's face on her hand in the armbar. So she's like, you know what? It kind of does look like a dick now. That her husband's face is on the hand. So that's what sparked like this Ronda Rousey seems to be taking it really personal.
Ronnie said, Rebecca Quinn, I don't care what the script says, I am going to beat the shit out of you when I see you. And it's just like,
You already
Breaking kayfabe.
you breaking kayfabe
Yup.
too much.
Yup.
You're breaking too much kayfabe. Like,
and
It is today.
Brandon Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Rogan
Hey,
decided,
Joe.
hey, Joe Rogan decided to join the kayfabe
You
battle
try to-
today. You know what I'm saying?
remind us
Like,
that
I'm all with breaking kayfabe to a certain extent. Like, if she would have been like, Rebecca Quinn, when I see you on Raw, or next time I see you, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. That's cool. But like to say that, I don't care what the script says. It's just like you're breaking too much kayfabe. It's just like, oh, you look, Ronnie, you let her get in your head, Ronnie. That's what happened. You let her get in your head, Ronnie.
And I think if she wants
Come on,
to,
Ronnie.
she wants to get the fans behind her in a way where they don't criticize.
No,
They
the
don't
fans are
criticize
gonna
her
boo.
character too
The
much.
fans are gonna boo Ronda no matter what because she turned into a heel because she wasn't Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
That's how people started booing her in the first place
But
because she wasn't Becky Lynch.
she has to reinforce her mind for that because, let's be real, she can't take this criticism stemming from UFC when she lost.
Nope.
It broke her. If you want to be a champion in WWE that can hold a good portion of the show, you're gonna have to take some shots.
Or
And
maybe
people are gonna easily be like, you don't respond well to criticism.
Well, maybe
You're
Ronnie's
probably
working
crying in the back.
maybe Ronnie's working this right now. Ronnie could be working this right now.
I don't know because it doesn't translate like
It seemed
that
like
to me on
no,
TV.
it doesn't. It
I
seemed
don't
like
see
she.
like something that WWE would want them to say.
The word was that, like, if you notice, after Ronnie said that, like, they calmed down the beef because, you know, WWE likes for them to social media engagement, you know, to continue your feud, but like the language they use, it still is the PG. We're still in the PG era. And they were using
I
some
don't
PG
think we're gonna be there
words.
for long. I don't really think we're gonna be there for long.
I don't
Especially
mind the
with the
PG.
direction of
I don't
the-
mind the
the-
PG-13, but I don't think we necessarily really. I'm not one of the people that like, oh, we need to go PG-13. Just need to just tell better stories.
I think we need to go PG. The only reason I don't want it for bra and panties matches and stuff like that from back in the Attitude Era. What I want it for is more creative freedom when people speak. Speak like a real human. Don't speak like,
I feel you.
you know, phoned in and like you would really say that
I
kind
feel,
shit.
yeah.
Like
I feel like you can still do things like that with PG too.
it's like
you just gotta,
in the
get
Page
better,
movie.
better words.
I just finished coming
Yeah,
from
but
seeing the
then
Page
it
movie on
works.
Saturday. The Rock when she asks for The Rock for advice, he tells her, be the first you. Like, I'm me. I'm
Yeah.
The Rock and I'm Dwayne Johnson.
Mhm.
The difference between Dwayne Johnson and The Rock is Dwayne Johnson with the volume turned all the way up, the bass
The best
and the
characters.
tremble adjusted, and that's The Rock.
So we see
So
what
be
Jack
yourself.
Bauer,
So that was like the best advice you can give somebody.
Yeah.
And
By the way, that movie gets 5 stars. My opinion.
5 stars.
5
5
stars.
star.
I enjoyed it.
In America.
I'll give it a good
in
3. I'll give it a good 3. It wasn't a
Yeah,
bad
3
movie,
pages.
but it wasn't.
3 pages.
Oh, 3 pages. Oh, pages.
3 pages.
Pages.
Nah.
My reason on that is because it wasn't accurate. Like the set design was SmackDown Live. SmackDown Live didn't exist back then. Not only that,
It's a very good story.
but if you want gonna do, it's kind of like a biography. It kind of is. It's a biography of her and her family. And they say in the beginning of the movie, it's a true story. So keep it accurate.
Well, it is a true story. Just all the events in it just didn't happen. They
Yeah.
didn't
As
happen that
no,
way.
it didn't happen as it was shown. And then they skipped way too much of her
But
career.
they said true story, true events.
They said this is a true story.
So then, yeah, that's why. It's like the story of her growing up with her family and doing that is true. But how it happened and maybe the
I don't know.
specific
I think if you say true
details of
story
it,
and based on true events, I think it's still the same
I can
thing.
see, yeah, I mean,
Like,
they had a jazz it up. for
It
the
was still
movie.
good.
Yeah, that's,
I mean,
they were jazzing it for the movie, just showing like the highlights and the stuff, you know.
And I know,
It's like how they move
I
it
know
like
for a
that.
fact a lot of people were just like, kind of iffy about it because of what is representing it, of it. But honestly, it had everything. It had comedy.
Yeah.
It was emotional. It was
of
real.
course, it had comedy when you got Vince
It had-
Vaughn. Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn had me dying.
What when she was doing her practice for the mic? It's like that one
It's
part.
like,
It's like
Eat me. She's like, no thanks. I'm trying to bulk up. Like, it was good. It's worth watching.
it's
Like,
like
if
you
you
suck.
didn't, I saw it through the eyes of a fan that watches and like remembers dates and remembers how exactly it happened on TV. So if you go in like you really didn't watch it, don't remember it, you remember it loosely, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it regardless because it is a fun movie. So I give it 3 pages.
Three
Three pages.
3 pages, oh, 3 pages, page here,
I give it
page
3
here.
pages and
Go see it.
you give it what 5? You said?
Yeah,
5 pages.
So,
I enjoyed it.
so at an average of a 4, this is a 4.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely worth
Do we have any
watching.
more news, or do you want to get to this good old? Get into this
Can we
Raw.
get to like
This is a very interesting Raw.
wait,
What happened?
wait,
the
we have
best news of all. Hello.
What's that?
Roman
T-Bay
Reigns.
Pete got released.
We could save the Roman Reigns stuff for the Raw coverage.
Yeah, yeah. What,
No,
Obvious- What's
what's
that?
what
What's the best news of Raw?
it's my birthday.
Hence the sunglasses.
That's why you wear the sunglasses.
And
Yeah, look.
And that's why the Advil bottle's over there.
Oh.
Sunglasses and Advil.
The rather sluggish walk.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And the smell of vodka. Okay.
Realizing like oh, so they just realized the sunglasses. They
Listen,
didn't realize
I
the
still have a little
entire,
bit of the drinks in me from last night.
It was
so-
it was very epic.
But in all
Yeah.
seriousness, happy birthday.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
happy
Thank
birthday.
you. I appreciate it.
So-
Almost it?
We have a little bit more news before we get on to Raw. We have Ty Dillinger official name is Shawn Spears now.
That's what he was before he came to WWE.
So he's already accepting bookings. He's already signed up for like a convention and
He's gonna be on the West
appear-
Coast where he started. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
going
gonna-
back to where he started. Yeah.
Madison Rain leaves Ring of Honor. She
Going
asked
back.
for her papers to be released. She got them, and she's
Yeah.
nope. She's officially back on Impact.
Yeah.
I thought she was in AEW.
She's with Josh Matthews, right? That's her husband.
Yeah,
So her
Makes
husband
sense.
works for Impact. She went back.
I thought she was going to AEW.
NXT UK signs 5 new
5.
European wrestlers: Lija Rukaber, Kaylee Ray, Jazzy Gilbert, Oliver Sauter, and Jay Melrose.
We've seen a 2 of those ladies on the Megan Classic. And one of those guys was PWG.
PWG. So, going back to that Twitter stuff, though, I had to mark it down because it had me dying.
Right.
So, obviously the language that Ronda used,
It's
and
not PG ass at all.
so Tyler Breeze reacted to
Oh
it.
yeah, I
right?
see that. Yeah.
So
You said that
he's
we
like,
won.
he's like, good shit. He's like,
I think he said to Luke Harper when I see you. I think Luke Harper said to him, or he said to Luke Harper when I see you, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So
He's like,
Luke
"Why
Harper's
you
like-
should have picked somebody
He's
who's
on
on
TV.
TV. I had to just mention that because that had me dying for a few days.
Oh, man.
It
You mentioned to us earlier, Pac and Walter. Actually made history.
Yeah.
First WWE signed wrestler versus
Versus
AEW signed
Yeah,
wrestler.
that happened this weekend.
And
Pac broke his finger, put it back together, and kept going.
Ring Warriors.
I don't even know who won that match. I'm waiting for the results. I don't even want to be spoiled by it, so I'll wait. Next week we'll have coverage on it.
So we actually been having some good news, but we do have some bad news this week. Harley Race has terminal lung cancer.
Wait. That has been found out to not actually be true. He does have cancer, but it's not terminal.
It's not terminal.
I just read that.
Hopefully-
I read that
not.
actually when we was in the car. When we were in the car. So,
Hopefully not.
yeah.
Hopefully not, because Harley Race is a legend. Ciampa has a neck injury. That's why the match on, I think it was SmackDown, I believe, was changed. No, it was on Raw between the Revival
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Alex Black and Ricochet. That happened because Ciampa's
Got a neck
injury.
injury. Yeah. Adam Cole was replacing all the upcoming live events as well. So.
And then we have Cody Rhodes.
Say, man.
Cody Rhodes is scouting for stadiums for AEW, not
I mean,
regular arenas. Football
it's-
stadiums.
It's amazing. You sell out 12,000 seats in 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's
I would think the next step would be like 20,000 seat arenas,
So,
21,000 seat
We have
arenas.
Jeremy Ortiz saying hi to us.
Yo,
in
yo,
the chat,
what's going
and he's
on?
saying he's so happy that Roman Reigns' leukemia is on remission.
Oh, we will get there.
Which
Yo,
is-
sup?
Unless you guys have some news, we can move on to Raw.
Let's get into this Raw
It's my
episode.
birthday.
So,
Let's get into it.
it's her
Melissa's birthday. Yeah, let's get into this good old Raw episode.
So, like Jeremy said, he's happy that Roman Reigns' cancer has been under remission, and that's what this opening of Raw was all about. And I'm actually very happy for Roman.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a big critic of Roman. I will go back to being a big critic of Roman. I don't give a
WWE,
shit.
don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up. Let me just
Book
come
it
out and say
right.
that right there.
Book it
There's
right.
no, I don't, listen, fire everybody again. If they mess this up, because there's no way Roman has everybody behind him right
There
now.
was,
Everybody.
there was a word said that after Raw, Roman was having an extensive conversation with Bruce Pritchard, like for like an hour after Raw. Like he was just him and Bruce talking one-on-one. So
You know,
I definitely think they're gonna.
They're probably setting
Also-
up.
I mean,
also, like going back to what you said earlier with having the freedom to be you and talking on the way, I really love how, with what Roman went through and everything. But I like how his southern accent was coming out
You
on
know
the
why?
mic still. He's
because
like,
we're starting to see Joe as
yeah,
opposed to Roman, and
Yeah.
that's what we want to see. We want to see Joe. That's what we see when we announced he had leukemia. When he come back, we're seeing Joe
Shit,
playing
He
Roman
could change his
instead
name
of
to
Roman.
Joe and Noah. That's all I care.
My guys on Wrestle Talk, they were saying that. They're just like, yo, he should just change his name to just drop Roman Reigns and just do that. But like, I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Joe play Roman instead of Roman play Joe, and that's the guy we like. And I think I'm gonna speak for a lot of wrestling fans when I say we liked Roman. We didn't like the way Roman was being booked. I know for me, I hated the way Roman was being booked, so that's why I booed him. But I always thought he was a good wrestler. I always thought he was good, but the way he was booked, being sucked. With that said, how did this Raw episode? Oh, I'm sorry.
You know what? He should probably fight Samoa Joe for the name.
That'd be interesting. You know, that'd be
Two
interesting.
Samoa Joes.
Word.
Samoa Joe
Samoa
factor.
Joe. Yeah.
So Roman Reigns promo video opens up, his whole battle, what he's been through, how he got to the rise of his career, announcing that he finally won the championship, but he has to give it up because of his situation with his leukemia. He has the first thing I noticed was he has a new shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We fight, we
Oh.
overcome, we believe. And when he makes his way down the ramp, I noticed David Arquette was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roman went up to him
That
and said
pop
hi.
is huge. That's the pop they always wanted him to have.
No, speaking
Oh,
of creative, maybe David Arquette probably join the creative.
I wouldn't mind that.
David Arquette still doing this thing with a wrestler.
Which I respect too.
I respect it. I
So-
respect it, yo.
Roman gets into the promo to pretty much announce the situation, and he's like, I told you guys I was going to swing for the fences and try to come. We hit a home run.
Can
He's
you
in remission.
Do you know I knew that this was going to be good news? Because it took him a little bit to get back in the ring. I don't know how, but I was like, well, first off, the shirt, he looks.
Yeah, you gotta.
He's in
Amazing.
full gear.
Not only
He's in
that,
full
if
gear.
you
shape.
notice, they put the Roman Reigns R's and then twist them in the bottom to make a ribbon
Yep.
to actually promote what he's going through
Yeah.
with leukemia. So
Yeah, man.
that was a dope twist on the shirt. So
It was.
When he was about to step into the ring, he just like took like a little second to pause. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Look at him, he's in full gear shape. Got a new T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I like a little bit before, I was like, oh, they're just trying to get it for a ratings pop. Sorry, that's what I thought. No, just like no. Then they found out like an hour came out before, like Roman requested this. I was just like, oh yeah, Roman come back.
yeah.
Yeah, come back.
He announced he's officially back, pretty much.
The big dog.
As he's heading to
is
the back, Seth Rollins comes out. They, hug. Anytime Seth Rollins has been involved in this situation, he generally looks like he was emotional behind it. Like
Only a
it's
couple
real.
of people knew that he was coming back. Like he hit Vince up earlier in the week saying, it was a remission, and then like that night, like he came there, it was like, yeah, put me into like this, like put me into the situation.
Yeah.
He's ready. He came back full gear. He came back ready.
Yeah, he did.
Like, ready. This is
So-
his call, people. So a lot of people were criticizing Vince. This is his call. This is Roman's call to come
And
back.
they did it good.
Yeah.
That pissed me off at the end of that Raw because a lot of people were like, oh, I told you it was a work. This wasn't a work.
Yeah, I forgot about that. People think this is a work. People think him having leukemia is a work.
Like this
To those
wasn't a
people.
work.
To those
this
people.
wasn't a work. Like,
Who works in leukemia?
like, oh, I wouldn't put it past WWE. They've done stuff before. Like, you gotta
Really?
understand.
Oh.
You gotta understand what WWE has to lose behind making this a fucking work.
Connor's Cure, Susan G. Coleman,
Yeah.
just the morals
All
of
the
it.
sponsorships that they got behind all this
All the
health,
donations
first,
for it. Come on.
movements and all these charities that they
WWE
they're funding.
doesn't need that kind of.
They don't. That's just a stupid notion to
people,
even-
yeah, people really thought that was a work. People really thought she was a work.
People don't know the difference. Becky Lynch,
Her knee is a work.
the Becky Lynch, that's a work. Roman Reigns is not a fucking work.
Word.
Who booked somebody 2-3 years straight as the main event, suffers through those years, the crowd not fully behind them, finally get his crown achievement just to say, give me that, you have leukemia now.
I think
Who
Roman,
does that?
I think Roman was
Vince
gonna end up.
McMahon.
I think he was gonna end up getting over anyway. To be honest with
No, he was already getting there.
He was
Just
getting
because
there.
he brought the title back home.
you. And he was a fighting champion.
And that's where
Yeah.
WWE dropped the ball, gave it back to the fucking.
And this makes it even better now. Like this comeback.
So-
So they book it if they book it right. Let's continue to roll, please.
Yeah, Seth ends up hugging Roman. That ends that segment, and this leads into the Aleister Black with Ricochet versus the Revival, which wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to be DIY versus Revival. Chop was injured.
I didn't really like this match too much, to be honest with you. I thought it was a good match, but it was like
Nah, it was a good match.
It was like,
They were flying all around that ring.
There was a couple of botches.
So, the started with the Revival blind attacking them to start the match. I just put Black as a beast.
Yes,
Black
he
was-
is.
Black was doing his goddamn thing.
Yes.
Rude and Gabe, who were watching the match backstage, they've been doing that ever since they lost the titles.
Yeah, no, I want to see
Watching the tag team scene.
Did you know the original? The original plan for this was actually supposed to be rooting the Glorious Ones, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, Aleister Black and Ricochet and
DIY.
and DIY, but Ciampa's neck.
They could still, that was their way of putting Aleister Black and Ricochet more as a team, even though they started that team on SmackDown.
This kind of works in a weird kind of way because DIY doesn't need to be on the main roster yet. They don't need to be on.
No, they do.
Let
They-
them finish
they-
their story
Their
first.
story's continuing.
Everybody's
They-
When we get to NXT, we'll talk about it more.
This-
But I already
everybody's
see
story's
the script, the storyline of
This
what's
story,
gonna happen
their
with them.
story's not finished, and it continues on Raw because every time they're in a segment together, they acknowledge the NXT story, they acknowledge the past, they acknowledge what's currently happening between them as a team. The stories, you gotta understand, NXT is not
It's
the
a different
baby no
universe.
more.
It's a different.
It's not.
It's a different
It's
universe.
not no more. It's not no more.
That's why
NXT is the third brand.
I'm always gonna have a bad taste in my mouth.
Like,
about this. I'm
the
always gonna have
NXT
a bad taste in my mouth. about
NXT
this.
is the third brand. They're not
You're the A show.
They are the A show right now.
Yeah.
They're the A show right now. You can really say that they're the third brand. But to move on, I put Black as a Beast, Fade to Black out of nowhere,
Literally.
out of
They're
nowhere.
really selling that.
So obviously, Aleister Black and Ricochet win that match. Corbin's backstage. He cuts a promo about Roman, and they asked him how you feel about him being back after you made those statements. Charlie was trying to like bait him to pretty much be that bad
That's what
guy
the announcers are doing.
and like throw like his past shade right back in his face.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
That's what the announcers.
he ends
are
up saying like Roman wants something. He knows where I'm at. Type, you know, like stay out of my way. pretty
Van
much.
Card, the leader of the mid card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
No,
So,
I already said it. That's gonna be a one-on-one match.
Next up, we have Elias. He's out and instantly gets interrupted by Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans has been doing this thing that she just
Eva
comes,
Marie.
walks.
Yeah.
Eva Marie.
It's a 2019 Eva Marie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Eva Marie. Just.
Did you hear what the word is on Lacey Evans?
they trying to book her as like
To be like
the next Charlotte.
To be like, nah, here it is. They can do it, but it's just like WWE. You got to do it better. I'm trying to see what they're trying to do, and I kind of get it because it's just like it's kind of almost annoying. Just kind of comes out,
Yeah.
she doesn't, but it's just like, just do it a little bit better. I don't know what that better is. I don't know what that better is. But
I don't know what that better is.
do that a little bit better because I see what they're trying to do, but just do that, whatever that is, just do it a little bit better because it's sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that's annoying, but it's borderline. You just kind of forget about it.
Yeah. And she actually gave us a good showing in the Rumble, so she should have matches.
She should. She's a
And
good wrestler.
she did something where she was about to be manager for Heavy Machinery.
Oh, tuck it, tuck it, tuck it, tuck it,
So
tuck
they're
it,
gonna-
tuck it, tuck
So
it.
they're gonna do that.
Take your way, take your way.
So if they're gonna do that, let's just get it done.
Just
you
do
know?
better.
Yeah. So as soon as she leaves, Dean Ambrose interrupts Elias.
Oh man.
I love this interrupting Elias gimmick. That's
So
going
I love this version of Dean Ambrose. He just sap.
Yeah, so Dean ends up challenging Drew, right? Elias plays his guitar, and then pretty much Dirty D's out of nowhere. It was hilarious how it went. I put laughing my ass off with Dirty D's. Then, as he's recovering, the Riot Squad interrupts Elias. So it's just all bad. He can't get his songs out. He can't get his promos
All
out.
lies.
This leads into Ronda and Natalia versus the Riot Squad, and they showed during that Ricky Steamboat is backstage. They have the Ric Flair's birthday ceremony.
Oh yeah.
So it's not only your birthday
Oh,
this
yeah.
week. It's the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo!
It's
All
not.
right.
We need
You
to
start that with
Don't you
me.
start that
We
with
need a
me.
Charlotte
Don't you
in there.
start that with me.
It's my birthday.
You know
I can do
what? You
whatever
know
I
what?
want.
In tribute of Ric Flair,
The studio, looking at a guy out here, Howard Monday. When last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex where the Diamond ring wearing just fly, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators down.
so it's Ric Flair's birthday. There's a bunch of stars coming to Raw for a celebration at the end.
Did you hear any of the real life Ric Flair party stuff that went down?
Yeah, there was Chris Jericho.
Chris
that
Jericho
was there. There was
Triple H,
Triple H.
Charlotte,
There was a whole bunch of
Booker T.
Shane.
I think
Booker T
Snoop
was
Dogg
talking
was
about
there.
it. Yeah, Booker T was talking about that. He was like, they was all at a table, and they were talking about AEW.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like there was no tension. There was just, talking about, people saying it was good for the business. I'm assuming Triple H was a part of that conversation. They were all there, so
Of course.
he said there was no
But
tension.
Triple H is the future of WWE. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think Triple H is encouraging AEW.
I think so too.
I think he secretly
I
wants
mean,
them
let's be
to-
real. Billy Gunn's over there.
How
He
you-
got friends over there.
That,
He
yeah,
got insider knowledge, and
And-
Billy Gunn.
is in the Hall of Fame too.
Billy
so
Gunn is getting inducted with them, which was funny because Rusev goes, "Which shirt is Billy Gunn gonna wear to the Hall of Fame?"
AEX.
The AEX shirt.
Break it down.
But yeah, very interesting stuff coming out of Ric Flair's birthday. A lot of people together.
Oh, wow. A lot
But
of
yeah,
people
so
there.
Ric Flair's birthday.
Jimmy Crockett was there.
Um,
Jimmy Crockett.
This leads this was step of the Ronda Natalia versus the Riot Squad match when they showed Ricky Steamboat. And so pretty much my little highlight from this match was Liv Morgan. She has a pulling Natalia outside, and making her like trip. When they run to the road, they do that like trip spot. Ronda and Nat end up surrounding Liv, and Ronda jumps Nat lifts Liv Morgan up in the air. Ronda jumps off, runs off the steps, and super man touches her.
Damn.
That shit looked like picture lift up, punch. It was crazy. That was my little spot from that match. It was alright, but it
It
gets
got better.
interrupted. Well, there was a little. Matter of fact, the other segment was the hot tag.
Ronda came in and everybody out. That shit always does.
The hot tag between us, yeah, it was
He took
ridiculous.
everybody to suplex him.
Basically.
Sarah Logan got a new move, which was dope in that match. She got the a modified clover leaf.
Oh yeah, but like the front, I know what you're talking about.
Crazy.
The front was,
It looked crazy. I put wow. Becky ends up arriving, and poor
Dumbass.
fucking Natalia
Yo,
she tries to no Becky, no
Before
It has to be.
Becky gets to Natalia, shout out to my guy Wolverine on Instagram. That first security guard she punched, that was him.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Damn.
Yeah, punched him.
I follow him too.
Yeah, he's an indie wrestler, so first class the Good Brothers. So they out there, man.
So
That's how Sheamus started.
Natalia tries to tell Becky don't do this. Becky has to just put her ass with with a crutch.
Coming with the very Kill Bill-esque.
They end
inspired
up
outfit.
yo.
Yes.
This was Attitude Era brawl style. Ronda was two-piecing everybody.
Yeah.
That's why I put Ronda whoops fucking ass. Becky ends up leaving in handcuffs. They did the whole
Good segment, yeah.
the whole Austin versus
Pretty awesome
McMahon
segment, yeah.
stuff, But this really hyped the Raw for the rest of the night. I thought they were gonna save that Becky segment for the Ric
Everybody
Flair
did.
celebration.
Everybody
I
did
thought
that.
Charlotte was gonna be there and
Yeah.
be involved in some way, but
Nice little story.
after Becky leaves in cuffs, Ronda comes back into the ring, and we have Steph. She's calling out Vince McMahon. Vince, come to the ring right now. Come. I'm tired of this. Who comes out? Stephanie McMahon. Ronda demands to Stephanie that she needs to reinstate Becky Lynch and put her into this match because she's tired of Becky already at this point. So she doesn't give her what she wants, and Ronda ends up leaving the title on the ring, hitting her with the Vince. Only gives people enough to keep them coming back, but she doesn't need to. She doesn't need the WWE.
Oh,
So
right.
And she
If it-
snapped up in this one saying
left the title. It was. I didn't expect this part of the story. Honestly, that
I
was
didn't either.
that was a good
I was
swerve.
surprised.
It adds an interesting wrinkle to the story.
So
I just wish they didn't have to be so meta with it. What I mean by that is like Ronda's just like, Stephanie, what think about your daughters? We're doing this for the woman.
oh yeah.
Like we know
That was
this.
corny.
We know this. We know that you guys are gonna break. Excuse me. You know that we know that girls that you're gonna break. You're gonna break history. You're gonna be the first woman to headline WrestleMania. We know that. You're already breaking history. The writers we don't need you to say that you're breaking history. You are the embodiment of the history that you are breaking. So you don't have to say it. Like we don't have to say that this is a live cast because we're alive and we are casting it live.
It's a live cast.
So it's just mad
James
meta.
Snack on Will, y'all both own Pepsi.
It's just mad meta. Like why did you? I was like, I was cringing when you said, why did they make us?
I didn't like that part.
Why did they
Everything
make
else
us
was
so?
okay, but I do agree with you right there. I didn't like that part.
And I'm usually
What the hell does her daughters got to do with this? Like, let's just talk about the situation at hand. Like,
Think about it.
And then
20
Stephanie's like,
years down the line, we could see Ronda versus Stephanie McMahon's daughters.
No, Ronda's daughter versus Stephanie.
Hell no.
Maybe.
Hell yeah.
Ronda's gonna be long gone by then. But
Maybe.
next up, that's how that segment. So the title was left in the
Oh, you didn't know Stephanie McMahon's a babyface now, so.
Yeah, out of nowhere. So we have Stone Cold Steve Austin giving a happy birthday video.
I said it's a Stone Cold.
What?
I said it's a Stone Cold.
What?
And I'm giving the happy birthday to the greatest professional wrestler of all time,
What?
my man, Ric Flair.
What?
I said Ric Flair.
What?
The Nature Boy.
What?
16-time world champion.
What?
The limousine riding.
What?
Jet flying.
What?
Kid stealing.
What?
Wheeling dealing.
What?
Son of a gun.
What?
I'm having
That's
all
my
this-
line! That's my line! And I'm cutting you off right now! Don't you dare start that with me!
I'm out here proving myself. Alright? So get your ghetto booties in the ring. Cause I'm gonna kick.
Take it off Space Mountain for 5 minutes. Put your ghetto booty in the ring.
And I'm gonna kick.
You know what Chelsea told me? She said she tried the other podcast. She ain't like them. These new kayfabe avenues, they're faster, they're stronger, and they could go to 60 minutes.
Wow! 60 minutes! You know anything about 60 minutes in the bedroom or the ring or the podcast? Wow!
What's the life cast?
Or the live cast.
I don't know.
Let's go back to the
So,
Raw show. Let's go back to the
Jinder
Raw show.
comes out after the Stone Cold thing. He cuts a promo about he's mad that he wasn't invited to Ric Flair's party, and he challenges any star to a match. Kurt Angle comes out.
You so
It's a typical
Kurt Angle telling
Jinder.
Tanahashi story?
Yeah, Jinder versus
Nah.
Kurt. Kurt wins with the ankle lock.
We didn't need this.
Decent.
I'm so sorry. We didn't
Kurt's
need
on the
this.
verge of retirement, so give it to him.
I'm
But
so sorry. We didn't need this.
we don't.
We could have extended that revival versus Aleister Black Ricochet match.
Yeah, with
even
this
though I
whole
wasn't
segment.
even a big fan of it, but you could have extended that to we didn't
Yeah. So next up, we have a way
Sorry,
better
Kurt.
segment than that was. Moment of Bliss with Finn Balor.
Goddamn Bliss. I'm trying to tell you, Buddy Murphy gonna come out
What
here
is
and beat
word? What is
somebody's head off.
they're like just be seductive on this shit
I think
all
that's-
day.
Yeah.
Just be seductive. But Neo ends up interrupting them.
My
Disney,
man.
Disney's, Neo's been on a downward spiral with Bobby Lashley ever since he lost for the title,
Yeah.
and he comes out somber and like, you don't deserve the IC title,
But Alexa,
Bobby Lashley. So Finn ends up playing with his mind and like making him accept the challenge for the IC title. Great match.
yeah.
This led straight into the match. Great match.
Well, hold on. We gotta go back to what Alexa Bliss said real quick. She said to Finn, she said, now you have that Intercontinental Championship around your waist and hide your abs. She said, if you show off your abs, I'll show you.
Oh
And
yeah.
then he just comes and interrupts. I mean, I'm always happy to see the man of the hour, but
I have that in my
you
notes.
could have waited just like
right?
5 seconds.
And
it's
Corey,
true. Corey
Corey
Graves.
Graves goes, no, I hate Leo now.
Exactly.
You ruined this.
Exactly. You did ruin
So-
it. You
Like,
ruined
go
it.
back.
Yo, Corey Graves is on fire. Bro.
Yeah.
So
You defend the Continental
Finn-
Champion.
Corey's
Yeah.
money. Corey's money.
Finn versus Leo. Finn with the win.
Oh, did you see
But-
what they did there?
I definitely gave credit to Leo Rush. I got it here. Let's go, Leo fucking Rush. Great match.
Yeah.
And the coup de grace for the win was, oh my god.
Well, but that 16, 19, before he got to the coup de grace, hit him with that 16, that's old school. We see that was a real rock and roller.
God.
That was his finishing move in New Japan, that DDT where he just drops
And
like
then boom.
around your head. He doesn't really do that too much in WWE.
So-
But there's no easy way to take the coup de grace. There's no easy way to take that.
Oh my god. He
He
like
killed Leo with
landed and slided on him like, oh.
I want to
So-
I want to see Finn do open challenges with Intercontinental Championship. I think that's the way to put him.
I don't think they should
Defend
overdo that concept because R-Truth's doing it on SmackDown now.
That might lead to a we get Roy to the SmackDown.
Yeah,
I hope that leads to- I hope that
But
leads to
I just like that, you know, we actually got to see Leo Rush like actual wrestle like he does on 205 Live.
Yeah.
Which
I
I'm
think
very-
they're phasing him off 205.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's not in the tournament.
He's honestly, I hate to say this, he's kind of bigger than 205 Live. I hate to say it, but he is.
like
I mean, because realistically, think about this. I mean, he'll be in a tournament. Let's say he wins. They're gonna put on the pre-show, and it sucks because those guys are gonna put on a good match, but they're gonna put on the pre-show.
No, they're gonna put on a great match.
And they're gonna put on the pre-show.
yeah.
It sucks.
So,
It sucks.
Next up is Ascension, and we finally got yeah, you can stop the Leo thing. The Ascension had a surprise appearance backstage, and they're talking to one of the guys, Tucker from. They end up making fun of what's the Otis. They make fun of Otis and. When Otis ends up showing up, he gets pissed off and like shoves the Ascension into the wall. It's probably gonna lead to a match later. It's probably gonna lead to a match later. Then after that we got Lashley.
Talk about these guys real quick. Don't you think we could have used God, I can't remember the name already. How can I forget the name? You're literally just talking about it. Forgot the name already. The Ascension. Couldn't we have used the Ascension or heavy machinery to job out instead of the Revival? I feel you don't. I don't want to see it. I just kind
To
of.
job out to who?
I mean, it wasn't a job. It wasn't a job. It wasn't a job. They didn't get
It
jobs
was a
out.
great match.
It's just like I don't really like seeing my champions lose that much. And they just been
Me either.
losing a lot. They've
And
been
that's-
losing a lot.
Even
That's
Daniel Bryan
why.
on SmackDown right now. I'm not
But
enjoying
when
that.
Daniel
He loses
Bryan,
too much.
when he loses, it's always a. I feel like he always looks good.
Yeah, because you can't always look good every week losing.
But it,
Like-
but it leads to something though.
Yeah,
It leads to something.
so I don't know. We do need more of the Ascension because it's not like they suck as a tag team. They're good.
I just said we could use him to drop him.
They need to go back to NXT. I'll say that was done way better because
Yeah, or
And
have
NXT could use them better.
yeah, and have them mix up with maybe some of the guys from NXT UK. They just need some fresh matchups. Do wonders.
Yeah.
Fresh matchups do wonders. So.
Yeah. So next segment we have Lashley ripping into Leo because he's telling him like, "Can I even trust you? You're supposed to get me the title shot, and you got a title shot for yourself."
Yeah.
They're in gorilla position, and I put love gorilla position promos.
Yeah, this is the last shoot we need. This is aggressive. We don't need him to say too much, but just enough. You can see like this is the last shoot we need.
I'm
right
full on with Bobby Lashley because when he first got here, I was like, oh my God, Wayne
now.
Brady.
Yes.
But
he's gonna have to choke a bit.
he's gonna have
That's the
to.
phase he's in right now. He's definitely in Wayne Freeze have to choke a bitch right now. More of that. More of that.
More of
Yes, more of that.
That's the storyline we need for Bobby Lashley.
You gotta choke him.
Is Bobby Lashley gonna have to choke a bitch?
Facts, we need that. You gotta kidnap somebody. You gotta kidnap somebody.
Yeah.
Steph might have to take that L. Steph may have to get kidnapped. So no, they about to push after that. They about to push.
So this leads into a match with Braun Strowman and Lashley, but it was a no contest.
It wasn't even. It supposed to be a match. It even.
Yeah.
It ended up being a match.
It ended with Braun pretty much just dominating both of them, and I had to laugh because he does that thing when he runs around the ring and does the shoulder block.
Yeah.
Lashley goes down, and like Leo
Trying to.
was in front of Lashley. He rolls. I just started dying. Like, look at Leo rolling out the way, trying to get out the way. Lashley goes down. He turns around instantly.
Boom. Yeah.
Straight into Leo. I'm like, like you thought you was getting away at all.
You know.
So Braun ends up raising his hands. Oh, you got these hands. I didn't forget. I'm coming after all of you guys. So finally, Ric Flair arrives.
The studio, looking at a guy out here hollering my name.
You gotta do it
When
again.
last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world than
That's it. But Ric Flair arrives. Next up, we have Dean versus Drew McIntyre in a no DQ. This was a great match, but it ends with Elias smashing the guitar over Dean Ambrose, which leads into the Claymore kick. It's over after that. Corbin, Lashley, Elias, and Drew all start beating down Dean Ambrose.
Evil.
No,
the
but
evil
I like how, you know, you have Baron and Bobby Lashley like walking down. You see Elias sitting on the steps, and then they just Baron and Bobby look at Elias and like,
You're in.
let's go.
You're one of us now.
Yeah, and
So-
then you see Elias face like, yeah,
Fuck
sure,
it, like,
like.
the evil
Like literally,
mentor.
he's just chilling in the step, just watching, like front row seat, pretty much watching the show, and then they're just looking like, "Hey, come join us."
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
So they end up beating the shit out of Dean Ambrose, and out comes Seth Rollins. I'm surprised he was the first one. Out comes Roman Reigns. They start clearing house. At no point do they acknowledge Dean Ambrose. They walk back up the ramp after clearing out everything.
Mhm.
Dean is getting back up. They finally look back at him, and it's like a look of like, man, you done fucked up. Like, you know, like you fucked up this brotherhood. But it looks like the Shield is coming back together
They're
pretty
definitely
soon.
gonna come back
Yeah.
together.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Next up we have the Hug and Boss connection, or is it the Boss and Hug
The
connection?
bug and boss connection.
Hug and Boss connection
Boss and Hug, yeah.
versus well, they come down, and then it's Nia Jax versus Bailey, and Bailey wins. I never have really much to say about Nia Jax matches.
She got this awesome hip toss on her.
And, oh my, she has a third move.
No. Bailey hit a hip toss on her.
Oh, okay, because
you absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, 100% completely suck.
I think this match just shows how
From your own cousin.
how good
how
Bailey
good
is.
Bailey is. Nia Jax sucks. Like, can I hear that one more time, Mark?
You absolutely, undoubtedly, unquestionably, 100% completely suck.
Can I get a chat for Bailey, please?
Yeah, we do need it.
I wanna know, would it be my girl?
So, after we get over this,
We
Nia
always
Jax
get over
sucking.
it. We always get
Well,
over it.
you definitely missed the that Bailey and Sasha that they're gonna defend they're gonna defend their title everywhere, like Raw, SmackDown, NXT,
Well, they announced that last week,
NXT UK.
but they actually showed some of that this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get into that.
So this leads into Ric Flair's birthday party. Everybody comes out. Everybody's in the ring. We have Shawn Michaels.
All right.
We have
I
Sting. We
hate
have
to
Ricky
nitpick. I
Steamboat.
hate to nitpick, but I have to. Even though I have to. I cannot stand heels and faces breaking kayfabe to stand on the stage just because it's the
Excuse me.
Can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Kayfabe exit.
I can't stand it. I know it's a little thing, but I just can't stand it. I just can't. I know it's little, but it bothers me. So
Bad taste in your mouth.
yeah, it's just. Yeah, exactly.
Just-
Yeah,
yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, it was a great setup. You had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat come out. You had the man they call Sting come out.
What?
You had Kurt Angle come out,
So
which is
are you done? Are you done being upset?
which is a little weird. Weird. I mean, it wasn't weird. But it was just like okay, Kurt Angle. All right, I guess.
I mean, it is Ric Flair.
And then you got the man that put him in retirement, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is just,
Sexy.
Well, you know that was an emotional thing for Shawn. He didn't want
It's like, I'm
You don't wanna do
sorry.
Yeah. So, pretty much everybody's out in the ring celebrating Ric Flair. They
Big
have
cake.
this
See that
awesome.
cake?
See that belt?
yeah,
Yeah.
custom
The
made belt.
belt.
They debuted one of these babies in Ric Flair's
Custom made
name
Ric Flair.
with instead of this plate, they have Ric Flair's name, and then every year he won a championship on both sides. Awesome.
Yes. And it was a lot.
And they're only counting 16.
16.
Of them. They're only counting 16 of them.
Yeah.
Ric Flair is really like a 23 kind.
Yeah. So
But it was
Ric
a good looking
Flair's
belt.
promo video comes out. WWE always does great
Yeah.
promo videos.
Best in the world. Best in the
We
world.
finally have Ric Flair's music hit, and then no Ric Flair. Cuts to the back, and we have Batista destroying. Like, it looked like he destroyed the backstage. Goes into Ric Flair's room. Sounds like he beat the shit out of Flair. Opens the door. He's dragging Ric Flair by his neck on the floor. Drags him out and goes into the camera and says, "Triple H, do I have your attention now?" Huh? Huh? I think we got their attention now. And that's how Raw ends. This, I don't know if Bruce Pritchard was the reason.
He actually was the producer. That's what he did.
Huh?
He was. He did put this.
He did. This was his first day on the job. From start to finish, this was a great Raw. And it felt that way. The energy was there. Last week, the crowd shitted on Great Raw. This week,
Last
the
week we were in
energy.
Lafayette.
Huh?
Last week we weren't in Lafayette. were we?
They were in like the Phantom Zone. The
Yeah.
way they were acting
Last week was Lafayette, right? Was,
No,
was
it
last
was-
week Lafayette?
Yeah.
Last week was Lafayette?
Yeah.
I don't
When
know.
they debuted the NXT people?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
They
Listen,
That,
I'm
that,
like,
yeah.
that's a house show. That's a house show town for now.
for real.
Like, there was
WWE
no
action.
pop for it. And I'm like,
They don't even know what pop is at this point, the way they were. But this week the energy was back.
yeah.
Great fucking Raw.
start
And
to finish.
I think SmackDown was just as good.
Well, I really enjoyed this Raw. I'm sorry, excuse me. I really enjoyed this Raw. Triple H sold it great. This is the first time there's going to be Batista versus Triple H where Triple H is the face. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic. This is the first Raw that felt like we are on the road to WrestleMania.
And I'm all
With
for
Roman coming back, with
I'm
Batista.
all for what you said earlier with Triple H dressing as Thanos and Batista doing a Drax thing, and that'll be their entrances for that match at Mania. Oh my god!
That'd be amazing.
I only have one worry about this. Not about
If they don't come out looking like them, at least give me the Snap Ash entrance. That's what I saw you, Batista. You was Ash. Explain this to me.
You're alive.
My only concern about this is I hope Batista does more than just fight Triple H because Triple H doesn't need the rub.
Well, the rumor is that Batista actually wants one last run, and he actually wants to sign on for house shows, regular shows,
Hopefully.
everything.
Hopefully. I
So-
know this is how he wanted it to end with him facing Triple H, so I hope this is how it starts. Because
Who knows?
there's a lot of other guys
he
he
might,
can face.
he might lose this WrestleMania, which will lead to a final
I
run
think he is going to
for him to win at next year's Mania. You never know.
Depending on how it goes, I mean, if he's going to stick around, then I think he should actually win. Because if he's sticking around, then you can pay it off next year with him losing. But if he's going to stick around, yeah, why not? Why not have him win and him be the top heel in the company, but put other guys over? I just don't. I don't want him to just face Triple H and that be it. Like there's Finn Balor, there's Alex, there's NXT guys, there's all these other
But
people
do you
that we've
think,
never
like,
seen.
they're
Him.
gonna put him in the ring leading up to WrestleMania, Batista, or is it just?
Oh, he's gonna
or
make
it's probably,
appearances.
or it's just gonna be just Mike skills.
No, just
I
Mike.
think we'll see him
Just
get
Mike.
physical. I don't know if we'll see him in action.
I don't think we're gonna see
Maybe.
Batista
Or
in the
we'll
match
see
on
him just-
Mania.
Who knows?
Backstage brawls.
Well,
We'll see him in Triple
Fastlane
H
is
brawl.
what, next week?
Fastlane baby is
This
next
week,
week.
Sunday
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah.
Fastlane.
Yeah.
We're only a month away from Mania at this point.
Yes, Mania's coming up very soon.
So
And do you want Supergirl?
Oh yeah, I can't miss it. There's gonna be so many.
There's so
And
many
Stardust.
wrestling
From
going
that-
on.
from that
Evolve.
Wednesday-
Black Party.
From that Wednesday to Wednesday, there's gonna be so many wrestling events going on. That's gonna be.
You got
we're gonna be
Access,
wrestled
you got
out. We're
Hall of
wrestled
Fame.
out.
House of Glory.
I have to take a break.
NXT.
Seriously, I usually do get wrestled out after WrestleMania. But not this year though. It's gonna be full steam ahead. So let's move over to the Blue House.
is that the house?
Nope, it's not. No, I know I'm at. Can't fit back.
Oh. That tasting you up again?
I'm just saying.